Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be doing the CSEC Principles of Accounts May-June 2018 paper 1. But if you're visiting the channel for the first time, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and turn on your post notification bell so that you are alerted when new videos are posted. Also, there will be a card to two videos that I have already done, the 2019 and the January 2020 paper, because most of these questions, some of them have been repeated and I explain in detail in those videos. So I'll be just going through some of them. Now, let us get right into it. The first question says, a non-trading organization is mainly concerned with. Now, a non-trading organization or a non-profit organization, it's a form of business that is owned by a group of people and they are called members. Now, what's the interest or goal of these members? It's really to fulfill the needs of the members rather than making a profit. So they do not engage in trading or buying and selling. Their aim is to provide services for its members. So D would be our answer, providing various services for its members. Let's go on to number 2. The term accounting refers to we know it is C, recording, analyzing, and interpreting of business information. C. Let's go on to number 3. Rent expense, which is still owing at the end of the period, must be debited in the profit and loss account and shown in the balance sheet as a liability. Which accounting concept does this represent? We know once it is still owing, it is an accrual. So A, accrual. 4 cells. Which of the following accounts are nominal? And I explain what nominal accounts are in those previous videos. So make sure to watch them. A would be our answer, wages and rent. Let's go on to number 5. A public limited company issued a prospectus offering the shares described in the table below for sale at par value. So the type of share it is ordinary 5% preference share, number of units 200,000, $2 par value, and 10,000 unit at $5 par value. The issue was fully subscribed. How much capital did the company raise? So to find out that, we multiply $2 by 200,000, we get 400,000. $5 by 10,000, we get 50,000. We add those two totals together and we get 450,000 D. Let's go on to number 6. Item 6 refers to the following information. This is another repeat question. A calculation to determine gross profit percentage is as follows. What does the amount 529,800 represents? So here 529,800, this represents A, total sales. Go on to 7. The summarized position of Foster and Scott Limited at 6th of March 2015 was current liabilities $60,000, current assets $100,000, fixed assets $200,000, long-term liabilities $150,000. What was the capital of Foster and Scott Limited at 6th of March 2015? We know capital is assets minus liabilities. So the total assets, current assets and fixed assets, 300,000. The total current liabilities and long-term liabilities, 210,000. When we deduct that from 300,000, we're left with B, 90,000. Number 8 says, if the following list of assets found on the balance sheet of a retail trader what were to be arranged in order of liquidity, the sequence would be D, cash, bank, debtors, motor van, fixtures, then building. And I explained in detail what the order of liquidity in those previous videos, the 2019 and the January 2020. Let's go on to number 9. The items raw materials inventory, work in progress inventory, and finished goods inventory are most likely seen together on the balance sheet of a B shoe factory. Let's move on to 10. Item 10 refers to the following information about two partners. Jane and Max are in a partnership sharing profits in the ratio 3/5 and 2/5 respectively. The following balances are taken from their books. So we have net profit 23,500, interest on capital Jane $2,000, Max $1,000, salary Max $2,500, drawings Jane 1,500, Max 1,400, interest on drawings Jane $150, Max $140. How much money should Max receive as his share of the residual profits? Well, I'm going to allow you to work this one out, but your answer should be A, 7,360. Let's go on to number 11. In a cooperative society, the daily affairs are administered by the majority of shareholders, B, all members meeting together, C, the chairman of the board only, D, persons elected or appointed to do so. We know it is D, persons elected or appointed to do so. Let's move on to 12. Item 12 refers to the following information from the books of a company. We have cash sales $10,000, credit sales $45,000, stock on hand $40,000, drawings $8,000, cash purchases $12,000, credit purchases $20,200. From the information above, what is the correct closing total for the sales account? So the only two accounts that affect sales account, cash sales 10,000, credit sales 45,000. So that's a total of 55,000 B. Let's move on to number 13. Item 13 refers to the following account. So we have an appropriation account, we have taxation reserve 10,000, preliminary 250, transfer to general reserve 4,000, preference share dividend 1,200, ordinary share dividend 6,000. And then on our credit debt by balance 894.50, and then net profit 26,106.50. What conclusion could be drawn from the above appropriation account? 1. The company is engaged in profitable enterprise. 2. The company is not doing too well. 3. More dividends can be given to the ordinary shareholders. Our answer options are A. 1 only, B. 2 only, C. 1 and 3 only, D. 2 and 3 only. So we know 1 says the company is engaged in profitable enterprise. Yes, because we see a net profit of $26,106.50. The company is not doing too well. No, this one would be out. Eliminate that. 3, more dividends can be given to the ordinary shareholders. Yes, that is true. So our answer options are 1 and 3 only. So our answer would be C. Let's go on to number 14. Which of the following accounts are usually transferred to the trading and profit and loss account? C. Commission received, rent, and purchases. Go on to number 15. On the 2nd of March 2017, Land bought goods worth $630 on credit. He received a 3% trade discount on this amount. The invoice also stated 2%, 20 days, net 30 days. How much would Land pay for the goods if he pays on 8th of March 2017? So we define 3% of $630, we get $18.90. Then we deduct $18.90 from $630, we get $611.10. And then we find 2% of $611.10, we get $12.22. And then we deduct $12.22 from $611.10, we get B, $598.88. Let's move on to 16. When a proprietor withdraws cash or other assets from a business, what effect does this have on drawings or capital? We know it is A, capital is decreased. So A would be our answer. Let's go on to number 70. The total credit of the bank column of a three-column cash book is greater than the total debit. The most likely reason for this situation is that A, there was an overdraft. Let's go on to number 18. Number 18 says, if the stock turnover ratio is 5 times and average stock is $28,000, what is the cost of goods sold? So you multiply 5 by 28,000, you should get C, 140,000. 19 says, the proprietor of a business paid personal car repair bill from the bank account of the business. The amount was debited to the miscellaneous expense account. Which of the following concepts was violated by posting the bill to the miscellaneous expense account? D. Business entity. Let's go on to 20. It says, which of the following documents acknowledges a loan to a company at a fixed rate of interest? We know that is A, debenture. 31 says, a motor van was credited from AG Motors for use in the business. How should the buyer record this transaction? D, debit motor vehicle account, credit AG Motors account. Let's go on to 22. Item 22 refers to the following balance sheet of Boots Sports Store as at the 31st of December 2012. It says here, what is the amount of total fixed assets? So our total fixed assets, here we go. Land and building 9,000, motor van 5,000, fixtures and fittings 600. So that's a total of 14,600. C would be our answer. Let's go on to 23. MK Trucking Company received a check from Mrs. Henry. How must this transaction be recorded in MK Trucking's books? 1. Credit the cash book. 2. Credit Mrs. Henry's account. 3. Debit the bank account. Is it A, 1 and 2 only, B, 1 and 3 only, C, 2 and 3 only, or D, 1, 2 and 3? Credit the cash book, we know that would be out. So our answer option should be 2 and 3. Credit Mrs. Henry's account and debit the bank account. So C would be our answer. Let's move on to 24. Item 24 refers to the following data, which are taken from the records of a hardware store at the end of its fiscal year. And we have sales 83,868, sales returns 1,570, discount allowed 911, inventory at start 9,850, inventory at close 11,075, purchases 52,640, purchases returned 762. Now this question I already work it out in the 2019 past paper. So make sure to watch that video. So what is the gross profit of the hardware store? We know the answer would be B, 31,645. 25 says, an increase in drawings will result in, we know it will result in a decrease in capital, B. Let's go on to 46. 46 says 40 plus 40 plus golf club. So we're going to fill in the missing number 1 and number 2. What do these represent? Which of the following best describe 1? Well, we know 1, this is an income and expenditure account. And number 2 is subscription received. So our answer would be C. 27 says, item 27 refers to the following information. On the 1st of January 2016, $10,000 was paid towards an advertising campaign. Of this amount, $7,000 was used by 31st of December 2016. What was the amount of advertising prepaid at year's end. So we simply deduct $7,000 from $10,000. So we're left with $3,000. So that was the advertising prepaid. Let's go on to 28. During the year, a company bought stationery for $220 and used $120 worth of it. What is the expenditure for stationery that would be posted to the profit and loss account? What was used? $120. 29 says, to which account should depreciation of office machines be transferred to? Is it A, trading, B, manufacturing, C, profit and loss, D, appropriation? We know it is C, profit and loss. Let's look at our final question for this part 1 video. 30. Here it says, item 30 refers to the following information provided by a business. So we have current assets $6,000, current liabilities 1,100. Asset test ratio, the value of closing stock is, when you work it out, you should get A, $500. So this is it. We have come to the end of part 1 of the CSEC Principles of Accounts, paper 1, 2018. So remember to stay tuned for part 2. And thank you so much for watching.